All right, but you're gonna leave the intro in.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless I hate it. Then
All
I'll
right.
just cut it out.
Oh man, you're gonna love it. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Salt and Pauper video. My name is Josh, otherwise known as Mayo on the internet, and joining me today for a very special appearance is Salt and Pauper themselves. So how's it feel being on camera for the first time? Glad you could make it, by the way.
I'm just glad you let me out of the dungeon. For anyone wondering why I missed an upload last week, I was kidnapped, but I have since broken free, and Josh has agreed to disclose his TortEx list for you all by popular demand. We kind of hinted at it at our last video, but I have it for you today. We're actually going to do a deck tech of the brand new version of Tortured Existence, a fan favorite that you have had some success with recently in our locals. And we're going to run through a game for you guys just to show you kind of how the deck works. So without any further ado, I'll let you kick off into the deck tech.
So, as you can see, everyone pause it right here, you know, take a screenshot, make sure you have all the cards, and play it because you're going to want to after this video. All right, this deck runs, as one would expect, off of Tortured Existence. It's kind of necessary. However, as a secondary plan, we have Exhume working with the Trolls of Khazad-dûm and the Crows and Tuskers. All right. So yeah, Exhume works wonderfully. It's got some funny play patterns. The idea of this is you want to be able to constantly recur your creatures for value. So the Kitchen Imps are 4. They let you get some sort of presence while you're activating your Tortured Existence. You know, just to get the madness out. And then your Trolls of Khazad-dûm, you keep hitting those back with value, your Swamp Cycle, because you want to hit a land almost every turn. We do have Golgari Brownscales and Stinkweed Imps for dredging to also work with the Tortured Existence. And it's got a really degenerate play pattern that I am a huge fan of. Very proud. It's Golgari Brownscale. You know, it's got the Dredge 2 on it. But what we're really more excited about is the way that the first ability is worded. How it says when it's put into your hand from your graveyard, not when it dredges. So, if you just have 3 extra black mana and, I don't know, another creature in your hand, you can just gain 4 life for no reason at the end of turn. You know, if you have 2 brown scales, each instance of black mana you have turns into 2 life, and red has a really difficult time of beating that. But how I really enjoy winning with this is I like taking the game long. I like going with the Crows and Tuskers and activating Tortured Existence, because you do get the draw when you cycle Crows and Tusker, and then you also get the land. So it's like extra value that the Troll wouldn't allow you for. But then once you hit about 6 mana, then you can just start pumping things out, and then you become the problem deck. Up until that point, you're really kind of trying to do damage control, and that's what the rats allow. They give you that catch up. And the Discerning Tastes, they also allow you for some amount of card selection and some staying power. And we also have Commune with the Gods as well. Both of those two, Discerning Taste and Commune, are for finding Tortured Existences. Anything else that gets put in the graveyard, you're happy with if it's a creature, and if it's an instant or sorcery, then it's also okay. A cute little tech that I have is also the Quicksands and the Tilling Treefolk. Quicksand is one of those things that just, if you have it, it slows down the ninjas game plan to where they never get to activate their ninjutsus unless they have 2, and then they can play around it. But anyways, Quicksand slows them down. All right, and it works with the Tilling Treefolk as well, because you just constantly have kill spells for any ground creature. But I know it was a little sporadic. However, this deck plays very well into our local meta. And then we can get to the sideboard here, where there's some flex slots The Urborg Repossession and Crypt Rats, or not Crypt Rats, sorry, the Urborg Repossession and the Grave Scrabbler are the 2 flex slots in here. I like Grave Scrabbler a lot. The madness allowing you to get a second creature, it kind of does what Croson Tusker does, and it allows you to go along and play a lot more value oriented. Flesh Bag, they allow you to just have the sacrifice effect, and you can constantly run your opponent out of creatures if they're a creature based deck. Not too good against tokens, but it's pretty good. Once you start looping, you feel the power of that Flesh Bag. And Fairy Macabre is probably my favorite from the sideboard here.
It might just be the best black sideboard card in the format, to be honest. This card is just really good.
Oh yeah, much better than any of the artifact graveyard removal, because Relic hits both people. You only activate the Nile Spellbomb one time, and you do get to draw a card off of it, but the way that Fairy Macabre, just inherently being a creature, you get to abuse it so much in this deck. And then we have some other green cards. Caustic Caterpillar, Twin Silk Spider. The Caustic Caterpillar is hopefully pretty explanatory. It's just the cheapest, most effective creature-based artifact or enchantment removal that this deck can really have access to. The other cards, you don't want to exile a creature from your graveyard. You also don't want to sacrifice any enchantments.
Yeah, you don't want to bargain.
Yeah, and so Caustic Caterpillar, costing 3, 4 with a Tortured Existence if you activate it. It does its job slowing the game down. And then Battlefield Scrounger is good as a 1-of. I like it. It could fit in as 2-of as well. It's just really good against any sort of mill strategy against you. It does say that you only have that effect off of Threshold, and you can only activate it once per turn, and you do shuffle 3 from your graveyard. However, you can do that on your opponent's turn too. Okay. So Battlefield Scrounger is just good because it prevents you from being milled out. The flex slots of Grave Scrabbler and Urborg Repossession could easily be that second Scrounger and another healer if it fits your local meta. But yeah, that's the deck tech for the sideboard here. Ready to hop into the games?
All right, let's hop into a game and see what happens. All right, so we are on the play. So let's take a play and see what our first hand looks like.
It's beautiful.
I mean, we have
it's everything you could ever want.
We have TortEx. Apologies, my self is kind of in the way, so I'll do my best here to show you what our cards are. There we go. Yeah, so we've got triple land here. We have a troll, Tortured Existence, Kitchenette, Brown Scale. I mean, it's kind of what you want, right?
Oh yeah, we keep this all day, every day. First thing we want to do, pop down a Tortured Existence. Oh, nice. We just got someone saying they love the content. Hopefully, it's me and my voice. They like to.
I don't think they know you're here.
Well, not yet.
But we're against Slivers.
Ooh, this will be fun.
Super interesting deck that you don't see very often.
Yeah. So here I just play the Swamp and then pass turn. Just let them run it into your kitchen.
Oh, assuming they don't have...
Oh no, I forgot.
Yeah, we don't have a creature in the graveyard, but we can
put one in. Just we won't be able to cast the.
Oh, good. Slivers have flanking. We wouldn't have blocked anyway.
Oh, whew. Dodge that bullet.
But that does beg the question. We got to find a Crypt Rats here pretty quickly, otherwise this is going to be a problem.
Yeah. So I just cycle the troll.
Yeah, I'm just passing until
end of turn. Yeah, and then we get the one of the black-green lands.
Yeah. That unlocks Corrosion Tusker
here,
for us.
I do the activate Tortured Existence to get the troll back, discarding the brown scale.
That'll give us the option to dredge in our upkeep too.
And we almost certainly want to dredge.
Yeah,
as
agreed.
Much as we can.
So we hit another brown scale, which is great.
That's most excellent. So here we're going to play the tapped Haunted Mire when we can. And then we're going to pass the turn as well. Actually, we're not blocking. That was a mistake on my part. Probably should have attacked.
We're in main too, but
Yeah.
Oh, you mean just try to get in for 2 there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably fair. We could have gotten in for 2.
Yep. But we can also just activate the troll again, and then brown scale some more.
Sure. Yeah, double brown scale will. Ooh, opponent taking a slow turn here is good for us. They don't have a gem hide, so this is their whole turn. And they got
Sinew. That's it.
Yeah, just one card. Wow, that's a big hit.
Oh man, I feel for them. I mean, not so much because they're playing slivers, but I've hit only the one creature before off of that.
There's no reason to run out the.
No, we don't run the kitchen into this. Yeah, they're all 1/2.
Okay, so end of turn here.
I'd go for another swamp cycle.
Let's cycle the troll.
Yep, Haunted Mire, Woodland Cosm, doesn't really matter too much. And then I would discard the brown scale for a brown scale. Just to get some, undo their turn.
Yep. Now are we going to dredge on our upkeep again?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Kitchen Spore Frog. Oh, Spore Frog. There it is.
All right, here's the degeneracy. So there's a reason Spore Frog was a 1/of, and I wanted to keep.
There we go. That was quick.
And they saw it too. They know exactly what's going on.
All right, to the sideboard we go.
Okay, so
what are you thinking here for sideboard? I mean, it feels like this Crypt Rats probably has to come in.
Absolutely, Crypt Rats is coming in. I think.
You want flashbacks?
Flashbacks would be nice. I wouldn't even mind putting some Twin Silks in.
Just to keep up?
Yeah, because they exist very well.
But they don't exist very well against something like flanking.
I mean, they do just get in the way, which I suppose is that worse than Healer?
Opponent telling us they had no main deck removal, so Spore Frog is just the GG there. So looking at these 3, not 100% sure we want the Silk Spiders, but I will let you override that if you wanna put them in.
Oh, not all 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm just kind of putting the maybe board over here.
Oh yeah.
So what are we looking at here?
So what I'm looking at is Crows and Tusker's probably not going to be what we're doing to win this game, and they're going to be losing a lot of creatures, so we can actually kind of move away from the Exhume plan.
Okay, so we're taking out how many Tuskers?
I figure we take out 1 Tusker and
the Exhumes.
And then we can take 1 Twin Silk Spider out from the main here. And there we are.
Checks out.
Yep.
We happy with this?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so for reference, just for those of us wondering, including myself, what do you bring Grave Scrabbler in against?
I just really like the card. I find it really difficult to cut it. I want to bring it in against decks that I go super long with.
Okay, just extra value.
Yeah, so like if there's a specific matchup that I think Crows and Tusker is going to be the winning piece, then honestly, the Scrabbler does the same thing. He just draws you a card that's not a land as well.
Opponent just kind of homie stocked us to tell us what he brought in, and he brought in 8 enchantment removal cards.
That's nice. All right, so in game 3, we're gonna have a change to the sideboard again.
All right, but Raven's Crime Crypt Rats.
Yeah,
I mean that doesn't look too bad.
Here.
Yeah,
I'm keeping this.
Yep.
Most days of the week.
Yeah, that doesn't seem bad.
All right. So just
lead on the Raven's Crime, or do you want a Swamp Cycle here?
Yeah, we can go with the Raven's Crime. It doesn't really do too much. I figure we can Swamp Cycle for a green source for the next turn.
Do you want a green source next turn? I guess that's fair because we can play a tap source and then Raven's Crime next turn.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I find most turns in this game, in this style with the deck, you want to just get your lands.
Yeah.
And you want to get 2 green sources as often as you can, just in case you need to cast the
Makes sense.
The brown scales. That's the word. That's the name of them.
Makes sense. Being able to cast all your spells is kind of important sometimes.
Yeah, and I've definitely played games where I've had to have it out as a blocker.
Opponent similarly taking a turn off here for a tap land.
And then now we can go ahead and just Raven's Crime.
Yeah.
Funny enough, you can target yourself to discard and cast your Kitchen Imp. It is a sorcery.
Would have been really nice if we had a Stinkweed Imp. Making
Absolutely.
ourselves discard that would have really started to kick things off.
That's all the one of Stinkweed Imp is in the board for, is just like the starting up process of this. Is, you know, you're not going to have a lot in your graveyard. You do want to fill that up as quick as you can. Brown Scale just gives you the life that this deck needs.
Now, I will say we have kind of an interesting crossroads here with this Raven's Crime in the opening, because we could just hard commit to Raven's Crime plus Retrace next turn and nuke the opponent's hand. Which doesn't seem like that bad an option. I mean, they will obviously be able to top deck a Lead the Stampede and refill, but if they don't have that, we might be in... Like, it might buy us a lot of time. They could spend the next 2 or 3 or 4 turns just on top deck mode.
That's fair. I do think we still need to cycle the Troll for a land.
If we do that, we can't empty their hand. They're left with 1 card.
Well, they were left with 1 card anyways.
No.
How?
Oh, no, you're right. We can only retrace twice here.
So, like, there's a couple of plays I'm seeing is that, you know, you cycle the Tusker, or you cycle the Troll, or you play the Rats, or, you know, you got the Discerning Taste. Kitchen Imp effectively doesn't exist in our hand right now.
I feel like we should probably play the Rats then.
That's where I'm at as well. I think Rats is probably going to be the best.
We can't swap it. We can't do that if we're going to play Rats. So let's just play Rats.
Yeah, and then this should scare them off of honestly doing really anything else outside of playing 2 Muscle Slivers.
There's that Lead the Stampede.
There it is. You know, for the sake of posterity. Oh, jeez.
Sentinel Sliver, Predatory Sliver, Sinew Sliver, Gemhide. Wow.
So I'd like to stand by our last turn's play. The Rat really is pulling double duty here.
Okay, so now is kind of the question. We can play a tap land here. Or we can cycle the Troll. Or we can cycle the Tusker. Or we can just play this to have 1 extra damage on the board. We are getting low, though, so we're going to have to pop this sooner than later.
I think I want to play the Swamp. We did see the Predatory Sliver. If memory serves, because the sliver names are not too relevant to my face. Yeah, it is the 1/1. So I think that we do want to play. Yeah, they got a couple of pump creatures, so I think the extra Swamp here would be helpful because their toughness is already 3.
Yep.
So I'd play the Swamp, and then if they make us pop the Rats, we pop it for 3, and then we can still Swamp cycle.
I mean, my biggest fear here is if they just play a Liege and they force us to pop it. I suppose I could have gotten in there for 1, but if they force us to pop the Rats here, we have to pop for... We have a choice, right? Because we're going to take 4 here. If we take 4 here and then they commit to the board, we're going to go within like a 1-turn lethal if they just go Liege into Liege, right? So we're at risk for sure.
I think we pop it here for the 3.
You think so?
Yeah.
I kind of want to hold it just to make them not be able to commit to the board. And if they do commit to the board, we can kill 1 extra creature.
That's putting us at 7 instead of at 11.
Well, we can Discerning Taste next turn, though.
Okay, so
we're kind of on a weird, like, we're gonna have to make up some ground play anyway.
Yeah.
I just don't know if now's... I mean, we can pop it, but feels not great.
Absolutely. But I mean, that's just what happens when you just happen to see that they have quite a few cards in your hand that you're scared of.
My problem is that now they're going to be able to rebuild here, and they're going to have lethal coming at us next turn if they have a 1-drop. Because it's not too far-fetched to believe they have another pump creature, right? And so if that happens, we're really at risk.
Actually, that's pretty decent.
That's pretty good.
I think I'd like to hard cast that.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I'm trying to look to see if there's anything else we could do, but I think we just hard cast that, and then we leave up the mana for the swamp cycle. Although we are just 1 mana away from just casting Troll, which I suppose is a thing that we can do.
Yeah, that's fair. As we would like to have it out on the battlefield.
Yeah. They're gonna play a Vigilance Boy. Oh, there's the Gem Hide. Okay. There's the Vigilance Boy. Yep. Yikes! This is looking real dicey.
This is malfortunate, to be sure.
They're just gonna set up so they can lethal swing through the Stinkweed. They're not gonna attack here. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So what do we need?
I think we need a swamp, like just guaranteed, because I don't think the Troll's casting that's gonna save us.
I don't know. Not with that board.
Yeah. It's just untapped land here.
Is it worth getting Witch's Cottage?
I don't think so. There's nothing really in the graveyard that we wanted. And putting
Besides that Crypt Rats, but putting it on top is not going to get it to us.
That's correct. The best we could do with Witch's Cottage would be put the rats on top and Discerning Taste, but no, that's not really going to be where we are. Where we want to be anyways. Alright, so definitely play the swamp. A Discerning Taste would be nice.
So we have
to try and
we have 6 here. So we have 2 shots. We have Discerning Taste and Commune to hit Spore Frog. So Discerning Taste first.
We could do either one first. I figured Consume's probably going to be better, or Commune, just because we have more mana to deal with stuff later.
Let's see what we get.
Hey,
okay, we do
buddy.
get the Spore Frog. So, but do we get the Tortured Existence, play the Tortured Existence, get the Spore Frog back, then play Spore Frog?
That's exactly it.
Okay. Because we can play Kitchen Imp in that line too, right?
No, I don't think we can. It takes 5 mana, right? 1 Madness, 1 Activate, 1 Cast Frog, 1 Cast.
If we activate, Madness, Cast.
Alright.
So we do this. We get that.
Yep.
We discard this. We cast that.
Okay. For those of you watching, I am not a math major.
Cast can click card cast it. Oh, I have to cast it from like down here. There we go. And now we cast the Spore Frog. Okay, so that's promising, but we need something else because we can't kill any of these creatures if we pop the Spore Frog.
That's true.
Well, they don't have reach. I guess I could have just. But now we're in a position where we can rebuy our Crypt Rats and put them in a really sticky position. Because it's okay if we go low.
There we go.
Okay, we knew that was coming. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but that's what the Discerning Taste is going to be for.
Yeah, I didn't find another one.
Don't think they revealed any other enchantment removal, though.
Nope, not so far. Now we're at an interesting place, because if the opponent...
If they just attack with 1...
Yeah, we just trade. But I don't think they're gonna, which is great. It means we get another turn of Spore Frog up. Yep, sweet.
Oh, excellent. Love this for us. So here I would go for Discerning Taste. I mean, seems pretty simple.
Yep.
What we're looking for is some sort of a way to get Frog back. I don't see it.
I mean, I guess
I
we
wouldn't
get
hate
Brown
Twin
Scale.
Silk.
I guess we can get Twin Silk. It's just better to cast than Brown Scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're cycling Corrosion Tusker here.
We can.
I don't think we're casting Twin Silk, right?
Yeah, and I think cycling Corrosion Tusker gives us just a little bit more value.
Yep. And it gives us a land to play.
Exactly.
Now, do we want to dredge the Brown Scale?
No, because we want to.
Oh, we're trying
to hit value. We're trying to get a new card, like that.
Like that.
Like
nice.
that. Exactly like that.
But we're not going to play it.
We do not play it. They can't interact with our hand.
Yep.
They could definitely kill us on board. So we want to be very careful with this.
Yes. And we want to try to maximize this Tortured Existence next turn.
Exactly.
Because we're going to get a couple of turns with it. We're at a high enough life total that we can absolutely Crypt Rats their board now without fearing for our life.
Yeah, so here we just crack the Frog.
Oh, they all have Vigilance. God, I hope they don't have Flaring Pain. They have Flaring Pain. We're dead either way. It's not going to matter. So, okay, we're safe.
Perfect. Okay, and then here we can do the Dredge.
Yep.
Because we want to get the 2 life here. Life is more important at this point than whatever cards we would have drawn.
And we want the creature.
Exactly. So play the Tortured Existence right away.
Yep.
And then we discard a Brown Scale for the Rats. And all Brown Scale for the Frog.
Yep. And then we're going to play the Rats.
Absolutely.
And the Frog.
Yeah. And I don't remember us having another Kitchen Imp engrave.
Not that I see.
Yeah.
And that works out perfect. Mana.
Alright, and then, I mean, they don't have reach. Do you want to just hit him with Kitchen Imp?
We could hit him with both.
Yeah,
There's no reason to hold this back, right?
Yeah, no real reason anymore.
Do we want to just pop the Spore Frog in upkeep? Because we have to do it and they have Vigilance, so it's not even a dissuasion of attacking.
Yeah, right. I mean, it doesn't matter too much. Just at some point in time.
I guess they have demonstrated the ability to just not attack on turns we have Crypt Rats up, so maybe it's worth it not to.
Okay.
Yep, there goes the second Tortured. We knew that was going to happen.
That's not that big of an issue
for us. We got
for
maximum value.
Yeah.
They've gone through 2 Lead the Stampedes, and we're about to wipe their board again. We have 7, which is unfortunate.
It's enough to kill a Predatory.
Kill
it'll kill everything, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so we just crack the Frog.
Yep.
And then, very important, before we crack the Frog, because it's happened before.
Before we crack the Rats, we're going to attack.
Yes, that's the line that
Absolutely.
Oh,
we can dredge?
We can.
Is it worth it? I think we'd rather look for another TortEx here, right? And we need cards that let us do that.
So here's definitely preference for you. I like the idea of having the guaranteed creatures. I mean, we have gotten a lot of the lands out of the deck.
I just like the ability to hit like Commune or something here.
That's fine. So we can go ahead and not dredge.
Because we have a creature anyway, right?
So here, I guess I'd play the tapped land.
Yeah, and then we're attacking.
Swing for the 3.
And then we're just booming for maximum damage.
Yeah, on
opponent
their
with
turn,
2 cards. Yeah. Just to make sure they don't have something weird to haste us up.
Yep.
I was a little afraid of like Rapid Vigor, which could blow us out.
Regenerate taps them all.
Yes, but it would still blow us out.
I mean, maybe, but we're hitting them for 7 as well, so.
That's true.
Yeah, we would need to hit for 8 for it to be lethal.
Yep. I wish there was a way that it would just eat all this mana for me. X is 7. Kaboom! Rat Bomb! Rat Bomb goes boom. We have a Twin Sylph to buy us a little bit of time here, and now we can... I mean, we could dredge the brown scale, but it feels like we should probably be drawing.
Yeah, we can go ahead and draw. I mean, I'm not against either way.
Stinkweed? I mean, at least that's a clock, right? It's a flyer.
Yeah. I mean, brown scale is on its own as well when they don't have any extra cards in hand or any other lieges. Like, there's no real downside to either one of them. One, you just kind of put more pressure on getting closer to lethal.
Draw? If we hit any creature, it's castable, right?
Yeah, so we can just not dredge here.
Okay, that's fine.
Defile works as well.
Because if they hit a liege or something, we want to be able to take care of that.
Yep.
And this blocks both their creatures without it, so if they do drop a liege and attack, we get to blow them out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a liege. So we're still not afraid of that. They can't attack us.
So we can keep drawing like we have. Just be consistent, you know?
Okay.
I don't hate that either.
More dudes. I think we just hold the defile for a liege, right?
Absolutely.
Like, the 2/2 is not a scary factor here.
Yep. Neither is that one.
Still not a scary factor.
It's got double vigilance, though.
Oh my god.
It's like it untaps after it doesn't tap.
Alright.
Oh,
Which is probably just great.
Yeah, we just get rats back.
Oh, yeah, rats is just lethal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, and then pass turn. After we use the Witch's Cottage ability.
Yep.
Yep.
We're doing that. Imagine not using the Witch's Cottage ability there.
Oh.
Okay. This is fine.
Yeah. Awesome. The biggest draw of this deck for me is that it does allow and enable some very awkward play patterns that both make sometimes your opponent, but also mostly yourself uncomfortable when you're doing it. As you can see with our indecision, do we dredge, do we not? The deck has so many choice opportunities that it's really going to take a lot of depth and time playing it before you really feel like you're able to effectively make a decision on it. But really, try it out. I hope you love it as much as I do.
Yeah, there's a lot of decision points when playing this deck, and it's going to take a while to figure that all out. I mean, just watching us play it probably showed enough of that confusion, right? I am not good at it. He is. That's why he's here today. Otherwise, I would have been sitting here for hours trying to get a good demo of this game for you, and this felt way more authentic, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit the sub button if you haven't already, and keep an eye out for more Pauper content coming from the channel later. As usual, guys, thank you for watching, and goodbye forever, unless we see you next time.
It really is goodbye forever, though. I don't have any other fun decks like this. Sorry. Bye.